Namaste guys, welcome to the class. Let's start in a sitting position, Virasana I prefer. Sitting on the yoga block, elevate my sitting bones. Then let's do some centering, breathing before we begin the class. Just sit upright, lengthening the spine upward. You can place one hand on the center of your chest and the other hand on your abdomen. And let's do some complete yoga breathing. As you inhale, you expand your abdomen, then your lower ribs, and then your upper chest. Then as you exhale, relax your upper chest, your lower ribs, and then your abdomen. Try to do your breathing slow and smooth and relaxed. Focusing on your inhalation and exhalation. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed, your chest open. Being conscious, try to be aware of all the feelings happening, the expansion of your chest, your intercostal muscles in your ribs, and the air rushing in and out. If you're comfortable with complete yoga breathing, you can incorporate Ujjayi breath. As you inhale, you constrict the opening in your throat, making the ah sound. And then as you exhale, you make the ha sound. Just continue doing your breathing. Just be mindful of your breath. And prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the class ahead. Always keeping in mind to move slowly, with awareness and within the range of your comfort. Not overdoing any poses. Just listening to your body and doing the poses with safety and alignment in mind. Now as you exhale, and place your hands in prayer position. And as you inhale, raise your arms up. Start off with a little stretch. Exhale, arms down, coming to your sides. Interlock your hands and fingers, palms facing up. And as you inhale, extend, reach up. And exhale, coming down. Inhale one more time, reaching up and back a little bit. Then exhaling down. Now let's start warming up our spine. Place your hands in prayer in front of your chest. Then as you inhale, expand your abdomen and chest. Then exhale, extend your arms forward and round your middle and upper back, as well as your lower back. Inhale, raise your arms up, reaching up, arching your back, opening the entire front of your body. And as you exhale, rounding back down and to the front. If you want, you can go all the way down, touch the floor. Inhale, arching up and back. And exhale, coming back down. Let's do this for a few more times, just to get the blood flowing. Warming up our spine and the muscles around it in our back, as well as the back of our hips, our shoulders. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale, reach up and back. Separate your hands. As you exhale, bring your elbows towards your hips. Now let's come into our tabletop position. Get rid of the block if you're using one. Hands underneath the shoulders and knees directly underneath the hips. Now roots firmly into the base of your index fingers, not collapsing to the outside of your palm and near your wrists. Try to actively press into that point, the base of your index. And let's warm up our hands and wrists, circling above our hands. Placing, redistributing the weight all around, but still firmly rooting into the index. rotating in one direction. Now let's reverse. Make sure you keep your spine more or less in neutral and your shoulders locked down, not collapsing down into your shoulders. Press the floor away from your body. It's very important to warm up our hands, because especially if we're going to be doing weight bearing exercises or arm support asanas. Now let's move forward and back. As we move forward, we go a little bit further past our fingertips, the shoulders moving further forward, placing more weight to the front of our palms, opening the wrists, stretching the wrists, stretching the hand flexors as well. Try to be mindful of the feeling, be aware if there's some pain or discomfort, maybe ease up a little bit. Now turn your hands outward, so fingers pointing to the sides and still rooting into the knuckles. Now lean to the right side and still pressing into the left hand on the floor. Now lean to the left side, place the weight on the left hand but still pressing with your right hand into the floor. So you're never releasing the weight actually onto your hands. So you're gaining a little bit more control and strength in your hands. Your hands are composed of so many small muscles, and it's very important that you gain strength in them. Now turn the hands facing inward, fingers touching, or hands or wrists shoulder width apart. Now move forward and back. And then sideways. Now turn your hands so that the fingers point backwards towards your knees. Make sure your hands are shoulder widths apart. Lean forward, release a stretch, and then as you move back, feel the stretch increasing and allow your hands, your palms to be lifted or peeled off the floor. Move forward, release, and then back down. Forward, place some weight. Make sure you're not collapsing only into the wrists, or rather not collapsing into the wrists, but placing the weight onto the knuckles of your index more. Just feel the stretch. Doing these warm-ups is very good to get our hands ready. So now the last movement or position, place the backs of your hands on the floor. So this can become quite maybe uncomfortable for some people, especially since this is something which we usually never do. It's a movement, and yeah, we never place our weight really on the back. We always place the weight on our palms. Moving forward and back, stretching the the extensors of our hands, of our arms. Hands, extensors. Okay. Now sit back on your heels. Now, to release some of the tension, press into the wrist notches between the wrist and the hand, so you can feel there's some space, and then press into it with your one hand and make a light fist with the other hand and rotate your fists or palms, your hand rather. Reverse the rotation, just not a tight fist, just a light fist, just to get the synovial fluid pumping. Other hand, other wrist, light fist, just reverse rotation. So this is something you can do each time you feel some soreness in your wrists and hands. All right, now let's go into our downward facing dog. Place your palms on the floor and the feet firmly at a comfortable distance so that you're lifting, extending the sitting bones up all the way to the sky, straight line from your hips to your shoulders and your hands, and rooting firmly into the knuckle of your index finger. If you want, you can keep your knees bent, or if you have the flexibility, bring your heels to the floor and push the floor away, actively away from your body. Not hunching the shoulders, but locking your shoulders in Amsa Bandha, broadening the chest and the back, and drawing the shoulder blades towards the rib cage, keeping it broad at the same time. If you're lifting your head, just keep your head as a natural extension, your neck rather, as a natural extension to the spine in between your upper arms. So you can pedal your feet just to warm up. Stretch a little bit more the hamstrings. So the down dog is a resting pose, and you always like to get back to this pose after maybe some continuous flow, vinyasa flow, just to catch your breath. Move your hips side to side as well if you like, stretching the side of the torso. Alright, now come back to center, steady your down dog. Now let's shift our weight to the right hand and slowly lift your left palm off the floor. You can maybe rest your left fingertips on the floor. Now shift to the left hand, lift your right hand off the floor, still maintaining the down dog form. Other hand, left hand up, and right hand up. Let's do this a few more times. If you're comfortable with this, you can maybe lift or raise your left arm up, your hands towards your buttocks, to the back, and then lower. Left hand, and then let's do the other side. So we're strengthening our hands. Other side again, left arm or left hand, right hand. Back to the floor, and slowly walk your hands towards your feet, towards the back. Bend your knees and slowly unroll as you inhale. Coming back up. Exhale, hands to your chest. So we'll do a few standing spine rolls. So inhale, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, swan diving, coming down with your back straight, bending your knees, starting to round your back and slowly unroll one vertebrae after the other. As you inhale, raising arms up, back, exhale, coming back down. Bend your knees, slowly unroll, coming back up. One more time, and then we'll move on with our next sequence. Slowly coming back up. Then exhale, folding back down, bend your knees. Let's stay a little bit in the forward fold. You can straighten your legs as well. You can shift your hips and your torso side to side, just to release a little bit more the back of our hips and our back before we go to the next part. Alright, back to center. Slowly walk your hands forward, back into your downward facing dog. And from here, raise your left leg up, square your hips, and then bring your left leg to your chest, coming forward into the plank. Inhale back up,
Then exhale, back to the chest. One more, inhale up into three-legged down dog. And then forward, and just hold. Try to hold the left leg or knee in and up as high as you can. Lift your hips and then step your left foot forward towards your left thumb or left hand. Slowly coming up into your high lunge or modified warrior one if you like. Try to keep your hips squared to the front as much as possible, drawing your low ribs in, and you're engaging your abdominals a little bit, engaging your mula bandha, but not rotating your pelvis posteriorly. Hold the pose with some normal breathing. Now as you exhale, lower your right knee to the floor but not touching, or touch a little bit. Inhale up, exhaling down, almost touching, inhaling up, exhale. Last one, inhale up, exhale, hands to your chest. Now we'll do a twist, okay? So revolve warrior one, slowly twist to the left side and extend your arm sideways. With your right hand reaching forward, left arm reaching back. Make sure your body is upright, not leaning forward or to the side. Just focus on your breathing. If you want, you can wrap your left arm behind towards your right hip. And the right hand, you can also place it maybe on your left knee. Extend your arms. Now we'll go into revolve side angle. So from here, slowly lean forward, maintaining the twist, lowering your right hand on the floor to the inside of your left foot. So now you can hold this just balancing on your feet, or you can place your right hand or fingers or palm on the floor while maintaining the twist. Just make sure you're pressing or rooting into the base of the index, not on the outside of your palm. Hold the pose for a while. All right. Now roll to the outside of your right foot, placing your weight onto your right hand, and move your left foot towards the middle of the mat for support, coming into your side plank. You can hold this pose like this, or if you like, you can bring your left foot on the inner side of your right knee. Holding the pose. Focus on your breath, keeping it strong. Now lower your left foot to the floor, left elbow underneath the left shoulder, coming into your forearm plank. Just hold the pose, focus on your breath. Engage your abdominals, mula bandha, your inner thighs. Try not to let your hips sag and shoulders back and down, pressing the floor away. And slowly lower your hips to the floor and rest for a while in the Sphinx pose. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You can also keep this active by bringing your elbows, drawing them back towards your hips, keeping the chest open. Slowly lower your upper body to the floor. We'll do some dynamic cobra lifts rather. Place your hands on the outside of the mat or wider than shoulders, fingertips on the floor. Slowly using your back muscles, lifting your upper body up, and then with the help of your hands, fingers, pressing your body all the way up, exhaling down.
Make sure you engage your inner thighs as well. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So this also strengthens your fingers. A little bit higher. Make sure you're engaging your inner thighs, your buttocks and mula bandha. Reaching down to the soles of your feet. Okay, last one. Lifting as high up. And then coming down, not all the way, but keeping your body up. Or hands off the floor and reach back. Just keep your head facing down. Now place your hands on the side of your body, underneath your shoulders or slightly forward, depending on your flexibility. And slowly press up into your upward facing dog. Make sure you again press firmly into the index, base of the index finger. Shoulders back and down, chest open. Keeping your legs active, not keeping it limp. Just hold this pose for a while. Just feel the energy in your hips and your back, as well as your shoulders and arms. And slowly lower your knees and rest in the child's pose. Just try to catch your breath. Feel the release of tension in your back and letting your arms rest. Now extend your arms forward, coming back into our downward facing dog, lifting your hips up towards the sky. And from here, raise your right leg up, and then we'll do the same thing. Bring your right knee forward into plank, lifting it off, up, going up into your chest. Inhale up and back, down, three-legged down dog. Exhale. Inhaling up, last one. And exhale, hold it for a while. Lift it up as high as you can. Lift your hips. Step your right foot forward. Coming up into your warrior one, or rather high lunge. Make sure your right knee is directly above your right ankle and your hips squared to the front, keeping your back foot and back leg as active as possible. Drawing your low ribs in, keeping your upper body upright. Now as you exhale, bend your left knee, trying to bring your left knee close to the floor. Inhaling up, exhale back down. Inhale up, exhaling down. Last one. Inhale up, exhale, hands to your chest, and then we'll do the twist. Twisting to the right, and then extend the arms. Try to keep the back leg active, keep it straight. Feel the strength in your legs, and keep your obliques engaged. Increasing the twist each time. Make sure you're not knocking your right knee in or out. Focus on your breathing in the twist. And slowly maintaining the twist. Lean forward and down. Left hand to the inside or underneath the left shoulder. And maintain the twist in the revolved side angle. Or you can just place your hands lightly on the floor. Okay. Now let's come into our side plank. Rolling to the outside of our left foot. You can place your right foot in between, on the floor in the middle. You can place your right foot on the inside, hold the pose, keep your side plank strong. Make sure you're hugging the muscles around your elbows and not collapsing your shoulder. Slowly lower the right foot to the floor, right elbow onto the floor, and coming into your low plank. And hold the pose for a while. Keep the hips lifted. You can move forward and back if you like, just to release some tension in the hips. And lower your hips. Rest in the Sphinx pose. And then we'll go into our dynamic cobra. Maybe, guarded cobra if you like. Lifting up its hood. Lower your body. Hands to the sides, fingertips on the floor. Slowly lifting up. And then pressing with your fingers, lifting higher, exhaling down. Inhaling up, spreading your hood as wide as you can, exhaling down. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, keeping your body up and reaching your arms and hands back, keeping the chest open. Now place your hands underneath the elbows or slightly forward, and then press up into your upward facing dog. Keep your chest open, lengthen your spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Make sure you're keeping your legs active, not limping or relaxing rather, your knees. Keep it hovering over the floor and not collapsing to the outside of your palms. Now lower the knees and back to your child's pose. Just relax. Feel your breath. Now extend your arms and let's go back into our downward facing dog. Center. Raise your right leg up. Knees to chest, forward to plank. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Back to the front. Up and back. To the front again. And hold. Now lower your right foot to the center of your mat. Keep your knee bend straight up. Hands to the hips. Make sure your feet are on two lines. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then lean forward into your folding triangle. Make sure hips are squared to the front and to the floor, not opening the hips to the left side. Exhaling down, feel the stretch in your right hamstrings. So let's continue. Each time, try to increase the stretch by maybe going further down. But try to keep your back straight first, strengthening the back muscles. Okay. Then when you're ready, you can fold all the way to the floor, hands to the floor if you can, or use a yoga block and allow your spine to
curve forward, rounding, while lengthening though. Feel the stretch. Try to actively bring your left hip forward and your right hip back so that you don't open up to the left side. Inhale to a flat back, bend your right knee, lifting upper body, hands to the hips, lean forward, and then bring your left knee to your chest or lifting it up, right hand taking hold of your left knee, and then twist again to the left side. Try to keep your right leg straight, or you can bend it, whichever is comfortable for you, as long as you can hold the balancing pose. Try to engage your oblique muscles, keeping them active. Make sure your right shoulder is not hunching forward. Keep it back, drawing it to the right side and back. Back to the center. Extend your arms and slowly tipping your body forward, lifting the left leg up, coming into your warrior tree pose. Try to keep a straight line from your hands through your hips to your left foot. Chest open and shoulders relaxed, or you can keep your hands to the sides, hands to the hips, and squaring the hips to the floor. Place your hands to the floor, left foot down, then three-legged down dog, raise your right leg, roll forward into plank, right foot down, continue tipping forward, coming down into chaturanga. Elbows above the wrists, then slowly pressing up into your upward facing dog. Then fold back into your down dog. Now let's do the left side. Raise the left leg up, knee to the chest, into plank. Inhale, up and back. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Hold it and step your left foot down. Back straight, inhaling up. Straightening the left leg, squaring the hips to the front. Then as you exhale, coming down into your folding triangle. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Again, make sure your hips are squared, not opening up to the side, to the right side. Feel the stretch. If you want, you can bend your left knee a little bit. And then come all the way down, hands to the floor. Allow your spine to round and lengthen especially. Just feel the stretch. Just stay here for a while. A few more seconds. Bend your left knee, hands to the hips, coming back up, and then balancing on the left leg, right knee up and forward to your chest, left hand taking hold of your right knee, and then twist to the right side. Actively engaging your oblique muscles, initiating the twist and holding the twist at the same time. Back to the center. Slowly tipping forward into your warrior tree pose. And keep the left leg bent. Make sure your right hip is not lifting. If ever it is, just a little bit.
Keep a straight line. You can bend the left knee as well. Hands to your hips if you like. Oops, that's fine if you're one side may be weaker or not much balance. Place your hands to the floor, right foot to the floor, down, three-legged down dog, tipping forward into plank, left foot to the floor and coming down into your chaturanga. And pressing up, upward facing dog. And fall back into your down dog. And now let's do some, maybe 3 sets of vinyasas. Inhale, rolling forward into plank. Continuing exhaling down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then fall back, down dog. So that's 1. Exhale down, then inhale, plank. Then you can do the kneeling chaturanga if you like. Pressing up. And fall back into your down dog. 1 more. Rolling forward as you inhale, then exhale. Chaturanga. Pressing up. Then folding back. Then rest for a while in the down dog. And bring your knees to the floor. Head to the floor. Arms to the sides, palms facing up. Just relax your arms and shoulders. Slowly come to a sitting position and let's release some of the tension in our palms and hands and wrists. Other hand. We'll do one more arm support and core engagement exercise before we cool down. Okay. Place your hands on the sides of your knees, or legs rather, with fingertips lined up or slightly back with the knees. Okay. And from here, press into your knuckles and then shoulders, pressing it down. And then we'll be lifting our hips, drawing our abdomen in and the center of our chest in as high as we can. Lifting our hips as high as we can rather, and keeping the toes on the floor. Okay. Now inhale. Now as you exhale, press into your 2 hands, lifting the hips. Inhale, coming down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. And then hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Down and sit on your feet. Now release the tension in your hands. Okay. Now make fists. Okay. Or let's do this way instead. Make fists with the left hand, with your right hand, taking hold at the back of the left fist and then straightening your left arm. Trying to pulling on your left hand towards your chest. So feel the stretch in your hip, hand extensors. So the other hand. It's like you're peeling the skin off the back of your right hand. Okay, let's do some of the fist circles again while pressing into the wrist notches. Reverse. Other hand. Reverse. Now let's stretch out our arms, forearms especially, shoulders. Now make palms, prayer position, press till it's shaking, shoulders relax, and then slowly release. And extend, palms flexing out the hands, the wrists, palms facing out, and slowly extend your arms sideways. Look like this, okay? And then turn, externally rotate, and then still spreading your fingers and reaching with your fingertips. Keeping the stretch the whole time. Now internally rotate your arms so that the hands are turning forward, but try to keep your chest open, not hunching and not rounding the back. Keep the chest open, shoulders down, and slowly lower your hands to the floor and rest your fingertips, still flexing and still stretching, trying to keep your arms straight and lengthening the spine up. And then release. Interlace your hands and fingers. Energize breathing going up. Exhale down. Some Ujjayi breathing through your throat. Inhale one more time. Now let's get on our backs. Hands to the floor. Cross your legs. Extend. Coming to our supine lying position. Bring your feet together like in the cobbler. You can move your feet a bit further away or close to your buttocks if you prefer. Now take hold of your opposite elbows or even just the wrists, and then let's do some shoulder rotation, making sure that one elbow is constantly touching the floor as we circle up and down, one side down and one side going up. Try to focus on the movement, releasing the tension in our shoulders, stretching a little bit our deltoids. They've been working quite hard. Now reverse. You can switch your hand holds or just keep it the same. Okay. Extend your arms up over your head. Extend your legs and then inhale and reach your hands, fingers pointing your toes. Then as you exhale, release the stretch as well. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. One more, inhale, stretch. And exhale, release. Now let's stretch the outside of our arms and shoulders a little bit. Let's turn on our bellies, facing down. Now, whichever arm you like, maybe the right arm, thread it underneath the left arm and bring your right shoulder to the floor. And then your left arm, or lift up a little bit, and then reach with the opposite hands to the opposite side on the floor. Okay, position it so that your arms, your upper arms are underneath your upper chest. And then reach, and then hook your chin on your arm. Hold. Feel the stretch in your belt thighs. Release all the tension in the rest of your body. Just letting the weight of your body stretch your arms while you grind with the work. If you want, you can turn your palms up. Now reverse. Switch the position. Mic is getting squished. I have to adjust the mic. Hope you can still hear me though. I'm not gonna place too much weight on it now. And then back out. Let's get back on our back. Place your feet on the outer edge of the mat on each side. Extend your arms sideways. Let's do some windshield wiper variation. Lower the knees to the left or right, whichever you prefer. Center, and then to the other side. And then move a little bit faster or slower, it's up to you, or hold it in one spot or one side longer. Maybe stay there for a while. Just release the tension in your hips and the back, the pelvis. Okay. On this side, place your left foot over on the outside of your right knee and just let it rest on the floor. Sustain the stretch and just let go. Relax your entire body. Try not to keep any tension around, especially shoulders and arms. Just release your hips. Now let's go to our side. Release the hook. And then turn to the right side and place your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Just hold the pose. Just feel the stretch. Maybe you'll notice that one side is a little bit more more close, or rather needs more stretching. And back to the center. Hug your knees to your chest. Relax adductors and your front hip muscles. Then bring your nose to your knees. And then release. Straighten your legs. Separate your feet, let your feet fall outwards, your hands and palms slightly away from your body, palms facing up. And just rest in your Savasana. Just focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. You can do your Ujjayi breathing as well. Just rest and relax, letting go of all the tension. Feel your body heavy and just let it sink into the floor. Focus your mind on your breathing and on the sound which you are hearing. Relax your hips and your back, shoulders, your neck. You can stay here as long as you like. Thank you for practicing with me. See you next time. Namaste.
Nitai Gaur